the future is bright for the New York Giants. Although there are a lot of things you can point at and be disappointed with the performance of this team over the last few years and how they've looked and the direction that they've gone in, I think you can look at this Giants team with a glass half full mentality. There's a lot of young talent. There's a lot of bright spots that are now coming to shine. And I think moving forward, the Giants are actually trending in the right direction right now. So let's break down exactly why I'm so high on the future of this New York Giants team, starting out with the offense. Because offensively, they're one of the most intriguing young teams I've watched on film. And I just can't get enough of their stars that they're slowly developing on offense. Let's break it down. They have one of the most underrated receiving duos in the league, Malik Nabers and Wan'Dale Robinson. Malik Nabers, your true X, your Jamar Chase, your Justin Jefferson, who can really do it all. Go up and catch balls, work over the middle, short game, yak. He does it all. There isn't a flaw in Malik Nabers' game that you can point out that's a glaring issue. Obviously, everyone can improve and get better, but I think Malik Nabers, from an overall receiver aspect, he's top 10 in the league right now. And I said it. I'll say it as many times as it needs to be said. Malik Nabers is seriously talented. One of the best rookie seasons I've watched. And Wan'Dale Robinson out of the slot, the most underrated receiver in the league, maybe most underrated player in the league. I broke down routes from both Nabers and Wan'Dale Robinson on the channel. You can find them right now. They're posted the same time as this video, and you will see how scary of a duo the Giants have at receiver. They have the most underrated receiver duo in the league. Malik Nabers and Wan'Dale Robinson are serious. They are seriously talented, and they both complement each other very, very nicely. Wan'Dale Robinson, a short game guy, somebody you can rely on in the slot with great hands. Malik Nabers, your big play explosive guy. You can completely dump targets on all game long. He had 170 this year, and he went to work with it. The second they get a quarterback, hopefully this season, sky's the limit for these two. So I love what I see from the receiving group. Then you look at the backfield. Tyrone Tracy, breakout rookie season. Over 800 yards on the ground. Almost 300 yards through the air. Over 1,000 yards in his rookie season. Who expected that? Absolutely no one, considering the Giants' offensive line. Keep in mind how brutal it was last year. He's a versatile running back that's only going to get better. Nobody knew this guy heading into the season. Nobody had any big projections, any eyes on him, right? Nobody really cared. It's the New York Giants. I was pleasantly surprised with his performance. I think they can develop this guy into a top 15 back, maybe into a top 12 back, behind a good offensive line. If they focus on upgrading that, Tyrone Tracy could be really special. So they got three really young stars, Wan'Dale Robinson entering his fourth year, Malik Nabers and Tyrone Tracy heading into their second, that are building the foundation of this offense. Now you look at the O-line. Listen, I won't lie to you. That's where it falls apart. This is their glaring hole. This is their biggest weakness. The Giants need to address their offensive line. It needs to be a priority moving forward in the draft and free agency. Nothing really changed from last year, and last year it wasn't too good. I'll be brutally honest with you. It wasn't too good. But if they can get maybe three or four guys that come in that are new starters over the next few years that can help protect their quarterback, because really it all starts with the O-line, right? Unless you got Lamar Jackson, and even then, you can't really build a pass game. The run game kind of goes to nothing, turns to dust. You need an offensive line, especially when the playoffs come around, when it's cold, when you need a run game to work in the playoffs. It needs to happen. And that's what's holding the Giants back from a 10, 11, 12 game season and keeping them in that 6 to 8 range, in my eyes. And then you turn to the quarterback, right? Quarterback room of Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston. This is the most optimistic I've felt about this quarterback room for my entire life, probably, right? For a lot of young people, they've only witnessed the back end of Eli Manning's career and anything after that, which was Tommy DeVito and the Italians, right? Like, we haven't seen much quarterback success at all in New York. So the fact they have two veterans with, 10 plus years of experience in the NFL, Russell Wilson, a borderline Hall of Famer, coaching up Jackson Dart. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't like head over heels for the trade up for Jackson Dart. But if he's their guy, he's learning behind a pretty good mentor, and he can step in year 2, year 3 with a star-studded offense with Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Tyrone Tracy all at their best, hopefully with an upgraded offensive line, and lead them to the playoffs. I am being serious. The future is bright for the New York Giants. And then you flip to the defense. This is really the reason that their future and the next few years for New York might look so damn good, is because their defense is so solid. They have a top 10 defense in the league. Flat out. Right? Their defensive line, the pressure they will put on the quarterback will be second to none. Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. They have the best defensive line in the league. Flat out. They have stars. All 4 of them. Interior, exterior, it doesn't matter. The pressure they will put on the quarterback will be scary. And we've already seen it in training camp. Just wait until the season comes around. They are going to cause offensive lines so many problems, it's scary. It's exactly what the Eagles did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl all year long, right? Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. This is the Giants' D-line now. Just even better, I'd argue. And then the secondary, right? Javon Holland, Paulson Adebo. They clearly worked to make additions, upgrade the secondary. The defense as a whole, as an entire unit, is star-studded everywhere, right? The only issue in past seasons has been they're always on the field. They've always been on the field because the offense has stunk so damn bad. I'll be honest with you. I watched the majority of Giants games from the past season this week just to refresh my memory. And let me tell you something. I realize now what it is like to watch a bad offense. And when I mean a bad offense, I mean a horrendous offense. Like, it was so bad. Penalties left and right. Couldn't get things going. Defenses just had them figured out, right? It was like they were handing the playbook to the defense and saying, just run this against us so we can't have any success. It was brutal. And the defense, as a result, is always on the field for the majority of the game. And no wonder they're getting cooked, right? But when you have just a decent offense that can move the sticks, that can put up 20, 25 points a game, 28 points a game, which we saw Russ do with the Steelers at points last year, I think this defense, with a few more breaks, with a little bit more time to rest, they can do some damage. They will be a top 10 unit, and this offense could look really, really good. So let's get into a season prediction. We've done a few of these already, and I'm going to be realistic with the Giants here, right? I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I actually think they're going to fall short. But again, I think the future is bright, and you'll see that in the prediction right here. So let's break it down. Week 1, Washington, that's a loss. Week 2, Dallas, loss. 2 division losses early on. Dallas has had their number for the past few seasons. I just don't see them winning that. Week 3, Chiefs, loss. Week 4, Chargers, win. They start 1-3. Week 5, Saints, win. Week 6, Eagles, loss. Week 7, Denver, loss. Week 8, Eagles, again, loss. Week 9, 49ers, win. I think they take the Niners here. I think they dominate that subpar 49ers offensive line and find out a way to fork out a win here. And they're going to go on a little bit of a win stretch. 3 wins in a row here. Week 10, Bears, win. Week 11, Packers, win. Before Week 12, Lions, loss. Week 13, Patriots, loss. And the Week 14 bye. All right? Coming off the Week 14 bye, Week 15, Commanders win. They split the season series. Week 16, Vikings loss. Week 17, Raiders win. Week 18, Cowboys win. They split that season series. They finish 8-9. They fall short of the playoffs, but I think they have a lot to root for in New York for the New York Giants. Maybe it's a little bit much. Maybe they win 6 or 7 games. But I think anything better than last year is all the Giants can ask for. They don't have Super Bowl aspirations right now. But you're looking at this from a perspective in 5 years, in 7 years. Yeah, they could look really, really good if they develop their players and they build an offensive line, right? We're looking at a young team with young contracts, and let's say they get a few more offensive linemen, and one of those quarterbacks shows up big time. Jackson Dart develops into a top 10 guy. Man, oh man, do we have a serious roster in New York. So regardless of the outcome this year, I think they're trending in the right direction, and I think there's a lot to root for the New York Giants this season and in upcoming seasons.